Zayne, Secret Chapter. Before the end arrives at the edge of Continuum, I wish to see you one last time. Oh boy, there's so much fan service in just one of the Kindles. I'm not sure how I'm gonna be able to handle that. Either way, let's jump in. Cold, mysterious, and desolate. Between the skeletal, jagged mountain bridges, several colossal gates rise in layers. They reach for the heavens. Here lies a forbidden realm where even the dead may not tread, and at the end of the seemingly frozen time, it welcomes its first visitor.
"至高的神奇，您是湮灭与诸法的化身，您拥有无与伦比的智慧。"
Hang on. I've totally forgot to change it. Alright. Take two.
You are a supreme deity, the embodiment of annihilation and divine punishment. You possess unparalleled wisdom. Turn back. Do not set foot in Everlost where returning is impossible. You mustn't become one of those lamentations who are restless for all eternity.
The Creatio Stone from the Primordial Age. It lies in the Netherworld, beyond the Seven Gates, yes?
You already possess supreme power. Why do you still seek the authority of creation? Beyond the Seven Gates is a land where neither the sun nor the moon shine. Not even life and death can reach it. Your hands may be capable of bringing about the destruction of countless eons, and your divine gaze may see the end of time. Yet once you set foot in this realm, your divine authority and radiant glory will turn into flowing sand.
That price is insignificant.
His steps no longer falter. The god crosses the threshold of the first gate and allows the surging waters to devour him. Oh, it's capitalized as well, just like in the sea god one. In boundless chaos, time and space whirl and surge. Only an amber-like world remains, nestled within the barely perceptible crevices of the void. Niava, Citygate Avenue.
O goddess of Niava, she is the most brilliant aurora beneath the heavens. We shall sing of her divine name that never fades.
Bricks glazed in dark blue form magnificent, beautiful city gates. They welcome countless worshippers who are here to pray and make offerings to the goddess. The poet plucks the lyre and sings. Accompanied by music, offerings flow like an endless stream into the tall, magnificent divine tower.
Bricks of mud form her body. Her eyes were created from the purest lapis lazuli glaze. Urtama, Ingar, the beautiful twin rivers are her flowing hair, while she wields a colossal blade to cleave mountains and strike down the monsters to keep them in check. Humans emerged from cramped caves and built houses in the divine tower. They lived under radiant sunshine.
Okay, I think that's about enough. The earth trembles violently as ominous black mist emerges from the horizon. Its menacing claws stretch towards Niava. In the blink of an eye, dark heavy clouds fill the sky. Fierce gales whip the river water into turbulent waves.
It's from the Vestrian! Run, everyone! The monsters have returned!
Chaos erupts at the city gates as people scatter in all directions. They flee to take shelter.
Goddess of Niava, Please accept our most sincere offerings and grant us undying courage. Please protect our homeland from the invasions. Lead us to new territory. No, my lyre!
Stop singing!
The young man fleeing for his life grabs the poet and his instrument. A ray of light materializes from the top of the Divine Tower. Against the direction of the fleeing crowd, it rushes towards the distant horizon with the force of thunder and pierces the churning black mist. Nightfall. The rivers Urtama and Ingar return to tranquility. Under soothing moonlight, Niava falls into a deep sleep. The golden arrow from that ray of light rises once more from the horizon and touches the night sky. Moments pass. Then it falls into the silent Divine Tower and it slowly transforms into an injured figure. It's me! The wounds spread across my body and form eerie golden patterns. Aside from pain, I can no longer feel anything else. The black mist that clings to me is entwined around my wounds. It silently erodes my consciousness. I try to calm my vapid, pained breathing and barely manage to prop myself up with my sword. Why is this body becoming more fragile? My Niava is an extremely delicate world. It and its denizens need me. But the only one who can help me and save me. I grip my teeth. I don't want to say that name. Zayne. The tower is silent. No one responds. A name once familiar is stuck in my throat like a thorn, yet it lasts for a moment before instinct for survival prevails over pride and resentment. Looks like they've got some bad blood between them. Brilliant radiance containing swift, insurmountable power ripples outwards. The biting pain swells at my cheek.
I have told you many times, the Vestrayan is not a place for the living. You shall never get the chance to return should you cross the thorny barriers again.
You know my connection to this world runs deeper than blood, and yet, why do you want to destroy it? Dizzy and in pain, I collapse, but he captures me. The resentment and blame in my heart hasn't subsided, but a louder voice drowns out everything. I need him. Only he can heal my wounds and free me from this terrible suffering.
You?
Even if you want to destroy Niava, you still belong to me at this moment. Obey me. I need you to heal me now. Forcefully wrapping my arms around his neck, I bite Zayne's lips. Give me. I want your power.
Between us, there is nothing but endless taking. Behave. Your injuries. This is your resistance against me?
They're all because of you.
To seek help from the gods, you should let the gods hear your supplications.
I am a goddess.
Understood. Feel this, and remember what I'm giving you.
It hurts, but his power keeps flowing.
Focus.
Are you healing me, or is this a punishment?
Very few can bear the power of annihilation. Let's begin. The ritual won't end because you want it to. Accept it. This is a power only you can possess. I have answered your pleas and your desires, yet I sense an even deeper craving.
Oh, look at that. You're doing NSFW stuff when it's all blacked out. No, it's whited out. Give me a minute. I need to collect myself before the next chapter. I'm not sure if any of you are voice actors, but if you are, how do you feel about the NSFW voice lines? I mean, like, I wonder if they got context or if they didn't, and like, what is the whole thought process behind it? Anyway, back to this. The last ray of heavenly light is about to be devoured. In this world where even death has long since vanished, the final judgment is nigh. Only embers burn as if to represent this world's final breath.
The natural order of fate is no more. Stop clinging to what remains.
The long bow is taut like a crescent moon. Light converges onto the bowstring and transforms into arrows of molten gold. Heaven and earth sense imminent destruction. The air is filled with shrieks and wails.
Annihilation balances the cosmic order. What shouldn't exist ought to crumble in Oblivion's hands.
The arrows released from the bowstring transform into several streams of golden light. Earth-shattering power is unleashed. A triangular spire materializes into the void. Trapped within is a golden Anzu. Its beak and feathers razor sharp. It can barely cling to life.
Be gone.
Zayne tightens his grip. The golden dust falls through the gaps between his fingers. The spirit meets Oblivion in the distant depths of the universe, and the newly born golden Anzu spreads its wings in another unknowable place. A snowflake drifting from the unknown lands quietly on the back of his hands. It leaves behind a fleeting coldness.
It's snowing.
Sunlight filters through magnificent curtains and casts shimmering ripples across the pool. Within the empty hall, only my footsteps break the silence. Yes, I get my own room! Wonderful! The cracks in the blade have been repaired as well. I swing the sword, and abundant power reverberates throughout the divine tower. Even my body trembles slightly. Oh, we really are a goddess. We're not like a fake goddess or anything, or a priest. Within that brilliant radiance, another power has coalesced aside from my own aura. One whose depths are more unfathomable. Zayne, We've known each other for so long that numbers are meaningless, and we once shared what seemed like the most intimate of touches and tender moments. Once? Yet when we let go, it's as if only confrontation and estrangement remain between us. I turned toward the golden spire standing serenely in the depths of the divine tower. The Angru Spire, containing all the universe's realms within, is the divine artifact Zayne treasures the most. Several golden onzus, their beaks and feathers sharp like knives, circle around it. Another one flies in and disappears in a golden glow. Where is your master? The Angru Spire won't answer me. The corners of my lips curl up. His absence is only to be expected, otherwise he'd try to stop me. It's only natural that I protect Niava and save my people, yet he's determined to leave Niava towards destination... He's determined to lead Niava toward destruction and annihilation. A golden onzu lands on my fingers. I let it nuzzle my hand and exhale. When we first met, he promised to make all my wishes come true and stand by my side. Long before the first grain of sand appeared on the high desert, before the first raindrop fell into Urtama's riverbed, my feet had already touched Niava's chaos and dust. All people grew under my gaze and touch, and people learned to survive by following my divine edicts. I guided them to build their homes and severed every monster's head for them. They devoted everything they had to worship me and used the most noble word in their hearts to address me as Goddess. An omnipotent guardian. Perhaps this is what it means to be a goddess. For a very long time, I do everything within my power to protect every sunrise and moonrise in Niava. Until I met another god. Have you sorted over? I jumped down from a boulder. The god, whose name was Zayne, withdrew the Angru Spire. His expression was colder and harder than stone.
I have declined your offer more than once. I shall not carve my name upon your destiny stone.
I let out a derisive snort and drew my sword in an attempt to strike, but the blade's light had vanished without a trace before it could even reach him. See? With your immense strength, you can be a guardian of Niava. I can tell you don't belong here. Yes, you're like a sun that belongs to another world. If you don't carve your name upon the Destiny Stone, you'll disappear like sand.
Once my name is carved into it, the trajectory of our fates will be inseparable. Are you desperate to forge an important covenant with a man whose name you only know?
Why not? I told you my name too, did I not?
You're willing to go to such lengths to make me stay. All for the sake of protecting these mortals?
His intense gaze fell on me. For some reason, there seems to be a trace of anger. That's not all. I have other reasons, such as... I looked at him and appreciated his appearance. Oh, of course you would. You're handsome. Having you by my side would brighten my day. All I need to do is glance in your direction. Well, now will you accept my offer?
No.
Okay, I see flattery doesn't work with you. He turned, walked away, and left behind a cold warning.
Stop following me.
Of course, I had no intention of listening to him. In this land, people passionately pursue what they desire. All of Niava belongs to me, and Zayne will be no exception. He's standing in the same realm as I am, after all. But before I could catch up to him, an unexpected battle left my body severely damaged like never before. It was also then that I realized my body would deteriorate because I fought. There would be a day when I perish. And Zayne was actually the only god who could provide me succor. The season's threads are woven by your hand. The scales of creation rest within your wisdom's palm. I leaned back on the rattan bed and stared at the distant firelight and crowds while humming along the hymns that drifted over intermittently.
Is being worshipped and praised by humans truly a joyous thing?
Being praised? Yes. The songs they're writing continue to improvise. I shifted to the side so there was room on the bed. Then I pulled Zayne down to sit. He still maintained that cold, indifferent demeanor. He brushed aside the sheer fabric draped over my shoulders.
You're willing to risk your life in endless combat just for insignificant praises.
Are you saying this because you don't like my people? Or are you concerned about me?
Neither.
He scooped up water from the jar to wash my skin that had recently healed. Then why did you rush into that black mist to rescue me?
Your questions seem endless.
Which means you'll have to get used to it. Although I was concerned about the black mist that appeared, I decided to focus my efforts on convincing Zayne to stay. He possessed power that even I could not match, and he could heal my body. I couldn't let him slip away. Shouldn't you reconsider my offer? We're more than strangers who know each other's names now. I gave him a meaningful look. When he had healed me, I had been somewhat unconscious. However, I remembered more than he sought.
I don't need you to care for me.
I grabbed his hand and sat on his lap. According to Niava's laws, you belong to me. You have no right to refuse.
Do I look like someone who follows those so-called laws?
I smiled and kissed his eyelid. You can push me away.
You don't know anything, yet you dare to open your mouth.
Although he remained calm, his gaze was reminiscent of a deep pool where dark torrents surged beneath the surface to warm me.
Let's assume the final outcome of us being together is eternal separation, or even obliteration. Would you still accept it?
You and I haven't even experienced a beginning. Why are you already thinking about our ending? Being afraid of a future that has yet to occur is a waste of time and betrays our true feelings.
Then enlighten me. I'll lend an ear to your desires.
Give me your fate. Give me your name. I record the vows people typically said when proposing and hastily picked one. I shall be unwavering and everlasting. I swear in Niava's name. There won't be any regrets.
Your vow is rather ordinary.
He finally took my hand and slowly spread his fingers until they were intertwined with mine.
If I agree, then I want you to stay by my side forever. Starting from this moment.
Starting from this moment, I shall forever remain by your side. With the brilliant golden glow, my god responded to me.
Our names will be carved together. From now on, I shall ensure your every wish comes true.
And let me guess, this didn't happen. So they're divorced! Our vow still echoes in my ears. On the Disney stone, our names remain closely intertwined. Either they're divorced or they are on the separation side of things. Oh, this is interesting. I'm so glad that they're actually, exploring new options rather than oh, we were in love with this random mortal. But that black mist, the appearance of the Vestrian, quickly became the beginning of the conflict between Zayne and me. He did not protect Niava as I wanted. Instead, he allowed the Vestrian to bring catastrophe and devour my people's homes. I was wrong to have those thoughts back then. How could a god who governs annihilation possibly harbor goodness and mercy towards Niava? My fingertips are picked twice, which makes me return to the present moment. I unceremoniously poke the bird's head. What? You still want to protest on his behalf? The golden Einzun suddenly lets out a shriller cry before picking my palm with greater force. Fresh blood immediately wells up. Before I can react, it spreads its wings and flies back to the Angru spire. Wait, you! In this empty, ethereal space, golden light flows like a river. It constantly shifts into intricate patterns. I'm inside the Angru Spire? That golden Anzu. My instincts make me immediately chase after it. Yet when I finally see it, I watch as it plummets into the void, and fierce flames erupt where it falls. The bird is reduced to ash and smoke. A sudden sharp pain shoots through my heart, and I clutch my chest. Something strange appears on my palm. I open my hand and see the bloody marks left by the golden Anzu's beak. They dry and solidify into a crack across my palm. Oh no. I soon understood what that strange line meant. The golden thread entwined in my hair suddenly snaps, and the broken jade cuts off a strand of hair. I hear a silent lament from Urtama. Niava's rivers, Urtama and Ingar, are akin to the two most vital arteries in the heart. But now that one river has stopped flowing, the body called Niava is about to lose life's luster. I must save Urtama. As always, the sun rises. It shines on everyone's faces and on the river water that lies as still as a mirror.
What are we supposed to do if the river stops flowing and dries up?
Don't worry. Our goddess will protect us. Urtama will not dry up.
You know, this is exactly why I find religion so conflicting, because if you depend on your gods too often, you're not going to be able to save yourself. I mean, sure, with modern religion, you're supposed to both pray and also find a solution and work hard with it, but this is kind of the overdependence I really don't like.
We should hurry to the Divine Tower and offer sacrifices. Only then can we ask the goddess to bestow her divine guidance.
No, this is not how it works. Walking along the riverbank, I can hear people discussing Urtama's strange condition.
Maybe the goddess deliberately stopped the water to prevent the wheat fields on both riverbanks from being flooded again?
Indeed. If this is planned by the goddess, then we should follow suit.
Wait, what are you doing?
It's time to compose new hymns. We must sing and abide by the actions of our goddess.
No, this is not how it works. The worry lingers on humans' faces for only a moment. They soon hum new melodies and continue on with their daily lives. God damn it. I stir the river water. Ripples spread across the surface, but they vanish in the blink of an eye. They're disappearing too swiftly. This matter isn't simply a problem with the river's flow. Something is missing with Urtama. Say, Mira. I don't know what that is. Samira throws several small stones. The ripples are fainter and disappear faster.
How strange. The river water is stagnant. Is this truly the goddess's will?
It isn't. At least, I believe it isn't. Samira is the current ruler of Niava and the only person I associate with. However, I only tell her I'm the goddess's messenger. I always disguise myself as an ordinary person when I meet with her. That's good. The goddess should already be aware of Urtama's condition. She won't let disaster strike.
Of course. Everyone in Niava believes our goddess shall give her blessings and protect us from evil. Even the most unruly waters will inevitably yield and obey her.
The beautiful ruler respectfully bows. She intends to make me convey her reverence to the goddess. That mischievous mirth I know so well appears in her eyes.
I wonder, how is our goddess? Have our offerings of gold and jade brought a smile to her face?
She is well. Why do you ask?
You've told me before that she is deeply troubled because of a man.
Oh, I see how it is. Girl talk! Back then, it was because I wanted to break into the Vestrian. Zayne and I didn't speak for a long time. It just so happened that Samira was leading a group of worshippers to the Divine Tower. I couldn't help but share a few things. I didn't expect her to still remember. It wouldn't be appropriate for me to inquire about such matters. I tried to gloss over it, but displeasure and helplessness surfaced in my heart once more. After treating my injuries, Zayne vanished without a trace again, and at some point he also took the Angry Spire from the Divine Tower. He certainly returned to the Divine Tower, yet he won't still even see me. How infuriating. Lombali. No, I'm not sure if that really counts. Cold shoulder? But I'll admit I have never truly understood him. In addition, I even know less about what he wants to do.
That man must be exceptionally outstanding to win the goddess's favor. Beautiful roses always have sharp thorns, but everything under the heavens belongs to our goddess. A mere man will certainly bow down at her feet.
You're right. Our goddess is omnipotent. She will never admit defeat in front of him. After Samira leaves, I ensure no one is around. Then I cup a handful of river water and blow on it. The water in my palm floats into the air strand by strand. They unfurl into a flying carpet that's as soft as crystalline as a cloud. Take me to the upper reaches of Urtama. Mist spreads as the night deepens, and a subtle presence in the wind becomes increasingly pronounced. The closer I get to the source of Urtama, the more certain my suspicions become. This is Zayne's power. It's the same as what I've been exposed to before. Is he stopping the river from flowing? Several strands of complex emotions are ensnared in my heart, and the flying carpet woven from water seems to sense my restlessness. It speeds up. Suddenly, the river's surface, shrouded in mist, is slashed by golden blades as several golden Anzus soar. Golden Anzus. He is here. They fly without delay, as if something urgent is driving them forward. Seeing that I had caught up, the golden Anzus cry out as they change direction. They go to the river's source. As if passing through an invisible barrier, the violent winds materialize around me. They stir the water to create towering waves. At the end of the river's source, a monster covered entirely in crystals is entrenched. Strange, chaotic streams of light swirl around its body. Its mountain-like physique is blocking the water's flow. No wonder the river is stagnant. It's hideous and unlike the others in Vestrayan. The god who has been pursuing it wields his bow as he floats in mid-air. The mist is stirred, and he swirls it around its body. Under the moonlight, Zayne's expression is cold and ruthless. His golden arrows are aimed at the injured roaring monster standing in the water.
This is where you shall perish. Struggling is a futile endeavor.
The severely wounded monster attacks frantically. I quickly leap into the air while the flying carpet gets
You
washed
shouldn't
away.
have come to this place. Leave.
Zayne keeps his gaze fixed on what's ahead. One hand holds his bow while the other traces golden runes in the air. He intends to teleport me away. I can be anywhere. All of Niava belongs to me. I can be anywhere in this world if I so wish.
Over here. Don't give it another opening.
I grab my sword and fly to Zayne's side. The monster pivots and charges. Perfect. Let's see how sharp my repaired sword is. Zayne raises his hand and summons the Angru Spire. Brilliant light spills out of the golden divine artifact. A burning mark is etched onto the monster's body.
Aim for its weak spot.
I see it. My vision is consumed by refulgent light as the power of resonance imbues my blade with tremendous energy. I swing my greatsword to attack. Meanwhile, Zayne's fingertips on the bowstring blaze with a spectacular radiance. The bowstring is drawn, its appearance akin to a perfect moon under tremendous force.
Let's make this quick.
Golden arrows carrying apocalyptic power pierce the monster's body. At the same time, my sword strikes where the mark guides me. That should finish it.
Something's not right.
Violent tremors, accompanied by agonized roars, shake the land as the riverbed and area under the monster crumble. The dying beast bursts forth with terrifying energy, as if it's trying to devour the space around it.
Go.
Several golden runes quickly become entwined around my body. They're about to push me toward a distant place. By some uncanny impulse, I tightly hold on to him. Our surroundings disappear like rushing river water during our rapid descent. Before my consciousness is devoured by boundless darkness, I only remember that trace of warmth I'm clutching tightly with my fingers. I refuse to let it go. Bone-chilling coldness washes over me again and again. I curl up. In the cracks between the universe and time itself, golden eternity's gaze lands on me. Who? Is that my name? I want to see the voice's owner, but a hand suddenly covers my eyes.
There's no need to rush. You need to sleep for a long time.
The cold sensation fades. Warm golden light envelops me.
There will be a day when we meet again.
Warm liquid is splashed onto my face. There's a moist sensation and the metallic scent of blood fills my nostrils. I open my eyes. You look like you'd be
If you had woken up any later, you would have been swallowed by the sea of sand.
Seemingly alive, the waves of white sand slowly rise and fall. They surge toward us again and again. Looking at the arm around my waist, I lift my head. Zayne is sitting against a black stone about half a person's height. He's holding me in his embrace to an extent. A golden barrier envelops us to keep the endless waves at bay. Where are we? Inside that monster's stomach?
Worse, I'm afraid. This place is inside its protocore.
What is a protocore?
You can think of it as its heart. If this heart devours us and absorbs enough power, that monster will resurrect itself.
We can't let it do as it pleases. We must get out of here as soon as possible. A sticky sensation on my palm makes me freeze. I look at the wounds covering Zayne's body. A moment passes before I tentatively reach out.
It's blood. You're not mistaken.
Are you actually injured? It's not an illusion created by the protocol?
My injuries aren't serious.
But his blood continues to fall, and the golden barrier starts to waver. Zayne, who had always been invincible and all-powerful, is actually injured. Take off everything you're wearing. Seeing him not move, I use one hand to tear away the remaining clothes on his body, while using my other hand to retrieve the water pouch from my waist. I pour water over his wounds. This is holy water from the tower's pool. Once the bleeding stops, you should feel better. He lowers his gaze and watches me wash away the bloodstains and dirt from his body. You also healed me like this when my body collapsed for the first time. He most likely recalls those distant days, those times when I'd at least embrace him with a smile.
I was gentler than you in your current strength.
You have more words that will incur my wrath?
I don't know what I could say that wouldn't make you angry.
I let out a soft hum and grab his hand.
Why are you helping me?
When you were fighting that monster, you set up a barrier to defend the village by the riverbank, correct? The river's water stagnation isn't related to you. You helped Niaba, so I will help you. I release his hand and notice something unusual. I gave him a large amount of power to heal his injuries, yet my body doesn't feel any discomfort. On the contrary, it's Zayne who, despite possessing power far greater than mine, was actually injured to this extent. Was the monster truly formidable? Or is this cursed place affecting Zayne? Many doubts gather in my mind. I decide to ask Zayne about it. The monster's origins. Speaking of which, I fought near the Vestraians many times before, but this is the first time I've seen a monster covered entirely in crystals like that. Do you know of its origins?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but this is also the first time I've seen it in Niava.
Zayne turns toward the churning waters of sand. Yet he seems to be looking at something further away. I follow his gaze, but there's only an endless expanse of white. Hopefully, it will be the last one too. Why did the monster appear? How did you discover it?
As you can see, I happened to spot it while passing by. Nothing more, nothing less.
I refuse to believe you passed by Ertama's source on a whim.
Then let's say I went there to clear my mind.
You're a god with a heart of stone, and you need time to clear your mind?
Anger, sadness, fear, dejection. I can perceive the same emotions as you.
I can tell. This place is peculiar. My body, which constantly needs to be healed, is unharmed. But here you are, covered in wounds. I suppose this place likes you more, so it wants to devour you more.
That depends on whether or not it has the ability to do so.
Zayne traces another rune in the air, and the barrier immediately becomes wider and more expansive. It envelops a larger part of the desert.
I need to recover my strength. Don't leave until then.
Do you know how to leave this place?
I don't, so we might as well destroy it.
How is that difficult? We don't need to wait for you to recover your strengths. I grab my sword's hilt, and a gentle power flows through my body. This unprecedented condition gives me more confidence. Leave it to me.
Wait.
I stand on my tiptoes and immediately transform into a golden arrow. I swiftly ascend toward the night sky that's black as ink. 1 moment later, Zayne watches the golden arrow fall like a meteor. It returns to his side and transforms into a figure he's most familiar with. Dust and sand swirl. I'm guessing she failed. Draping his outer robe over her, Zayne closes his eyes and silently focuses on restoring his power. Zayne spends the day meditating to heal his injuries. With nothing else to do, I can only wander around the desert that's covered in golden light. Within the strange space, there's no distinction between day and night, and the color of sky isn't clear. There's only a faint strip of white beyond the distant clouds. It could be the outline of a spire's top or a broken crescent moon. I build a bonfire. While I'm listlessly piling up sand, Zayne quietly sits down beside me.
The Divine Tower?
Correct, and it looks like your injuries have healed to some extent. Zayne opens his palm and the angry spire manifests above it. Aside from the light being somewhat dim, there are no other abnormalities. Here, drink some water. He looks at the water pouch I'm holding but doesn't move.
My hands hurt.
Haven't you recovered?
Do you typically argue with the injured?
Resigned, I help him drink the water. Then I call my harvest from the desert and pull out a few orange carrots. I could only find these. There's nothing else that's edible. Eating something might help you recover faster.
That won't be necessary.
I already tasted them for you. They're not bad, and they're crisp.
I'm leaving.
He quickly returns to the black stone side, sits down again, and dons on that dignified, serene appearance. I'm left alone with the carrots. I watch his figure and unexpectedly sense a hint of fleeing in the feet. Two days later, I lose interest in sand art once I build an entire city-state out of sand. I soon find a stone slab.
There is no sunrise or moonset here. Keeping track of time is meaningless.
I'm not keeping track of time.
Then what are you doing?
I'm drawing you. I blow away the debris and dust. I point out the crooked lines that vaguely resemble his figure. This is how you appeared when you were injured, and this is when you let me give you water. Over here is how you looked while recovering. When we return to the tower, I'll put it in the most prominent place. You'll remember such disheveled moments whenever you see it.
Childish.
Let me show you something that's not childish then. Using my memory, I carefully draw symbols in the sand before me. Several rocks here had these. It was almost like someone carved them. Assuming they're text, these symbols don't belong to the Neavan language. Can you read them?
This space doesn't truly exist. It's simply a shadow cast from somewhere else. These symbols might be from the past, or perhaps they exist in a more distant future. In either case, they're of no use to us.
Are you saying that everything we're seeing and touching is an illusion?
No. You can actually die here.
A few days later, it starts to rain in the desert. I don't like the rain. It represents rust, shapeless mud, and sometimes overflowing rivers. But the rain here is beautiful. Countless fluorescent blue raindrops fall like stardust from distant realms. They cascade through golden halos, and their splashes leave shimmering glimmers. If what you said is true, then do these droplets also come from the past? Or the future, perchance?
Neither. They are time itself.
I don't understand. He raises his hand, and the Anger's fire gleams with golden light. It's more brilliant and dazzling than ever before. In other words, Zayne has fully recovered.
We'll leave once the rain stops.
All right. How strange. I don't feel the joy I expected. There's only a subtle melancholy. When we return to Niava, will we go back to how we were before?
What do you mean?
We'll only appear to be cordial when reality is that we're emotionally distant, like strangers.
Do you want us to be like that?
I shake my head. I know you have things you need to do. There are secrets you can't discuss with me. But I've also speculated countless times. I thought maybe you never truly intended for Niava to be destroyed. After all, there are many things you wouldn't need to intervene in.
What is the answer you desire?
Good question. I hope I'm right. Because I don't want to hate you. I certainly don't want to despise you. Otherwise, it would make me, the one who insisted on choosing you so long ago, look like a fool.
Then allow me to prove to you that the choices you've made have always been correct.
The rain's gentle pitter-patter has ceased before I realized it. The clouds have thinned, and that white glimmer has become a little more clear. Zayne withdraws the golden barrier. Perhaps sensing its impending destruction, the desert falls into an unusual silence.
Go back. Niava is waiting for you.
Once the last word leaves his mouth, a tiny cold droplet suddenly falls into his palm. What is that?
It's snow.
What snow? I've never seen it before.
Your Niava doesn't have snow.
After the first one falls, a multitude of these cold, white flower-like specks drift down. My attention shifts to the curious phenomenon as I catch the cold descenders and note their appearance. All of them look different.
Every snowflake is unique.
It's similar to how every person in this world is different. The snowfall grows heavy and shows no signs of stopping. It mixes with the white sand and doesn't melt. I crouch down and scoop up a handful. Pure sand and snow. They're indistinguishable from each other.
Once they fall, they're fated to melt. Everything in existence cannot escape decay and annihilation.
He holds my palm, and the cold wind immediately blows away the sand and snow from my hand. But destruction is the only force that can bring about new life, correct? I catch a falling icy droplet again. Like Niava's denizens, the weeping that accompanies deaths resounds as new life cries for the first time.
It's time to go.
The angry spire rises from his hands, his massive body settling onto the snow-white sand and manifesting a brilliant golden magic circle. As soon as I reach out, Zayne tightly grasps my hand. The warmth he transferred dispels the cold from my fingertips. When I step into the angry spire's magic circle with him, I look back at the heavy snow that's gradually covering everything behind us.
This snow is unworthy of your affection.
The violent tremors and blinding white light make it seem as if the world is collapsing. Then I'm pulled into an embrace that's as cold as snow. I would still remember those brief dreamlike days long after they passed. In my memories are the silvery sea of sand, the luminous blue rain, the swirling snow, and the warmth from Zayne's palms and embrace. Urtama begins to flow again. People gather beneath the divine tower to thank the goddess for once again granting them shelter and hope. However, a vague sense of worry and unease still lingers in my heart. It spreads with every drop of blood that flows and diffuses into blurry nightmares.
Are you awake?
Yes. A ray of morning light shines into the divine tower. It draws the sharp line of light and shadow across the smooth tiles. Groggy, I sit up in bed and watch Zayne dress himself. In an unhurried manner, he puts on his accessories.
You had nightmares last night and cried out in your sleep.
Is that so? I don't remember anything. I suppose I did have a dream. It's most likely a terrible one, which is why my subconscious doesn't want to remember it. What did I say?
I only heard you cry out, Niava. Then... you gave me a good wallop.
Where did I hit you? Truly? Let me see.
Here.
I look intently for a long time before finding a barely visible streak of blood on his neck. It's better now. A few golden onzus land on the top of the pillars. They cast a golden glow. Dazed, I catch sight of Zayne smiling very faintly. Since returning from Urtama, our relationship has improved considerably. Whenever I wake up, I often see him.
You're afraid of something.
I only knew you had the power to destroy the world. I didn't know you also had the ability to interpret dreams.
I can tell simply by looking at your eyes. Special powers aren't necessary.
I clench my fist. The crack on my palm still exists. It hasn't disappeared even though the river has begun to flow again. Is it possible the golden onzu that turned into ash in the Ongru Spire represents Niava? Should I ask Zayne directly, and then he'll be aware of the fact that I accidentally entered the Ongru Spire? I choose my words carefully. Zayne, I remember you saying your divine gaze can see those that are about to meet their end. So, what can you see currently? Is Niava included?
Yes.
I see. I nod. For a moment, I can't think of anything else to say, so I can only respond with silence.
I thought you'd be furious.
I am the goddess who protects Niava. If I lose my composure, then Niava's future will fall further into a pit of hopelessness. Besides, didn't you say that you wouldn't let Niava be destroyed? Can I assume that? I smile and place both my hands on Zayne's shoulders. The end, you see, isn't necessarily set in stone.
I'll have to be more careful with my words when you're around. But you also understand that without an end, nothing new can arise. This is the unshakable law that governs all realms. Do not even attempt to touch fate's forbidden territory.
Such as the Vestrian. I sigh. My relationship with Zayne has improved so much as of late. I don't want to get into another argument with him again. I understand. I won't take any risks. I give him a hug before jumping down from the bed. Just as I'm about to head outside...
Where are we going?
My belt gets caught, and I turn around. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll walk around and think about how to save Niava.
Come with me then.
He pauses. His fingers that rest on my waist falter before tightening their grip. He clears his throat.
There's a gift I want to give to you.
Zayne leads me through the city's alleys. On the streets and by the riverbanks, there are busy, ecstatic humans everywhere. Zayne covers his eyes and I wear a veil. At this moment, we're simply two lovers walking hand in hand amongst the crowd. What is this gift?
This is the third time you've asked this question.
I'm doing my best to restrain myself for the third time. Curiosity about the gift overshadows the slight unease in my heart, yet what I'm more interested in is... Giving gifts isn't something you do. Where did you learn this from?
Many humans do this. It's not hard to learn.
While speaking, he walks to a wooden stool and lifts the grass cloth curtain that provides shade.
Is Sagria here?
High Priest? It's been a long time since I've seen you.
An elderly woman walks out of the wooden stool with trembling steps, and once she sees Zayne, her wrinkles are filled with happiness.
I'm here to collect the honey and dates I requested before. This amulet is for you. Place it by your pillow. You won't have headaches anymore.
Oh my. You still remember that.
The elderly woman thanks him repeatedly. After accepting the amulet, she brings out a jar of golden honey. Upon seeing me beside Zayne, her smile widens to the point where her eyes are almost as thin as a line.
You have a wife now. You two suit each other very well. Come, this bottle of mead is for you both. It's a wedding gift.
A ceramic bottle is unceremoniously given to me. Although I'm stunned at first, I quickly get a mischievous idea. Thank you, but we haven't sought guidance at the Divine Tower yet. If the goddess doesn't approve, then we can't get married.
This is a wonderful thing, though. How could the goddess not approve?
Sagria. The dates?
Oh, yes, the dates.
After bidding farewell to Sagria, Zayne carries the heavy dates and honey. He also takes the mead from my arms. Why did you buy so many sweets?
They're for divination. We need to please the goddess.
How can you be so certain that the goddess will like them?
We can find out.
He holds the date out in front of me.
In all of Niava, Sagria's pickled dates taste the best. Would you like to try one?
Full of anticipation, I eat the one from his hand. It's sweet enough to slay a goddess. Near the riverbank, Zayne knocks on the door of a mud house. An honest man greets us.
High Priest, the wild herbs you asked me to pick are here. Will this suffice?
That's enough. Thank you.
As Zayne examines the basket of unknown plants, I talk to the man named Sabir. What are those herbs used for?
I'm as clueless as you are. These suddenly appeared one day in the wheat field behind my house. I was gonna cut them down and throw them away, but the High Priest passed by, saw them, and asked me to sell them to him instead. He also paid me to set aside a small plot of land. I was told to let the wild herbs grow there. Now he visits regularly to buy them.
If Zayne treats them as important, then perhaps the herbs have special properties. I take a small piece and taste it. It's bitter with an unremarkable texture and unlike the plants humans might forage. Zayne turns toward me.
The herb is poisonous. Spit it out.
Are you sure? My response is accompanied by my gaze. I'm the goddess after all. How could a tiny plant possibly poison me? Wait, but aren't you in disguise? But Zayne immediately reach out and
Will
grips
you
my
do
hand.
it yourself? Or do you need me to provide assistance?
I'll do it myself. Under Zayne's intimidating gaze, I can only spit out the herb and swallow almost a pot's worth of water to detoxify. We continue walking downstream along the riverbank. The clamorous voices fade to an extent, and smoke drifts from tranquil villages. After Zayne exchanges a few words with a shepherd, we gain an ewe as a companion. Honey, dates, an ewe, and this basket of wild herbs. None of them look like Zayne's gift. Resting in the shade, I used a bundle of fresh grass to distract the ewe and prevent it from eating the basket of poisonous herbs.
Eat.
Where did you conjure these wheat cakes from?
I ran into an acquaintance earlier and they gave them to me.
He spreads the honey he obtained on the wheat cakes and hands them to me along with a few figs. You know so many people. When you weren't at the Divine Tower, were you befriending every mortal you saw?
I wouldn't call it that. I merely had a few chance encounters and we became associates.
Those humans are fond of you. You don't actually dislike Niava. The humans here don't annoy you either.
I never said I disliked Niava.
I gently punch him. You could have explained this to me earlier, yet you let me have misunderstandings about you for so long.
Yes, it's my fault.
Unable to tell if I'm more annoyed or amused, I poke the corner of his mouth. Remember, your mouth isn't just for eating and drinking, it's also for explaining. And kissing me.
I understand.
The ewe, having eaten her fill, settles drowsily by my feet and dozes off. I gently stroke the soft wool on her head. Now, can you tell me why you stopped me from entering the Vastrian? You're also letting it erode on Niava. Zayne looks away and his finger trails along a young, tender sapling beside him.
A tree's growth. From the moment it's planted to breaking through the soil, sprouting, growing branches and leaves, and finally taking root. Watering, fertilizing, providing support, all must follow proper timing and the natural law. Once what you provide exceeds what it can bear.
With only the slightest infusion of golden light, the sapling snaps. The sound is painfully harsh. You're saying that taking action against the Vastrian would only accelerate Niava's destruction.
You could interpret my statement as such.
Then, when will it be the right time to eliminate it?
Not at the present moment.
After passing through another wheat field, Zayne finally brings me to our destination, a home that belongs to farmers. After unloading the items that you had been carrying, a withered woman welcomes us into the house.
High Priest.
How has Nagan been these past few days?
I followed your instructions. I carried him to the river each day to wash him and fumigated his room with torches. He's been awake for longer periods, but the evil presence on his chest still hasn't disappeared.
Let me examine him first. She is an envoy from the Divine Tower. She shall bestow the goddess's blessing upon your child.
I feel a gentle push at my back. Realizing what's expected of me, I nod respectfully to the woman. She wipes away her tears and bows to me in return.
May the grace of the goddess descend upon this place.
Come with me.
A clay lamp burns inside the mud house, its meager light revealing an unconscious child on the bed. His face is contorted because of the pain, and his breathing is shallow yet labored. There's a fist-sized lump at his chest. I've never seen this kind of illness before. Unlike gods, humans fall ill and age. I've also listened to many people's voices praying for recovery at the Divine Tower. Priests distribute talismans and amulets for dispelling illnesses and plague. Other than that, humans can only pray and wait.
There's no fever, and the blood spots on his body have faded significantly. We can expel the evil presence from his body today.
Have you examined this child many times before?
Yes.
Before entering, I noticed several rows of linen in the corner of the courtyard. They're burial shrouds that were apparently prepared for this child. Do you plan to use your power to heal him?
I shall cure this child, but I won't use my power. This world already has methods to free him from his suffering.
Zayne hands me a bundle of poisonous herbs and a ceramic bowl.
Help me crush these herbs to extract their juice. After that, you can feed it to him.
But those herbs, they're poisonous.
If they can produce the correct effect, then they're no longer poisonous.
禁药三分毒. I mean, he does have a point. Use poison to go against poison. I feed the viscous juice to the child, then I turn to see Zayne taking out that jar of honey again.
After driving away the evil presence from his chest, we need to apply honey. What you'll need to do won't just be bestowing the blessings of the goddess.
Amidst the tearful prayers of the mother outside, Zayne heats a sun blade over the flame for a moment.
Remember everything I do from this point forth.
There is no moon tonight, and the stars scattered across the night sky are like glimmers of light on a dark river surface. I sit by the riverside to recall the events that unfolded in the room.
The toxins in the juice can temporarily numb his senses, so he won't be in too much pain. After removing the tumor and surrounding necrotic tissue, mix fine salt and honey. Apply the poultice here. This will help the wound heal. Then use sheep's milk to detoxify him and nourish his body.
Zayne's voice was calm and quiet, his movements composed. With his care, the child's pained expression gradually disappeared.
He will survive.
Zayne's actions feel unfamiliar to me. In the depths of my heart, there's always been a faint tremor. It's as if something is about to break through the soil and emerge from the earth.
Clean his body every other day, but don't touch the wound. You can feed him more sheep's milk.
Zayne gives the ewe to the grateful woman before walking toward me.
What are you thinking about?
I'm wondering why you brought me here today and why you wanted me to see these things. I used to think that illness, like death, was unavoidable suffering. Everyone was born to endure it. However, it seems that's not the case.
Illness doesn't stem from fate's punishment. It comes from every grain of sand, every breeze, every drop of water, every morsel of food we consume. Everything in this world could potentially become a source of disease. So if you want to cure it, you must seek answers from this world.
I blink, unable to fully understand Zayne's words, but the trembling in my heart grows stronger. When you healed that child, you didn't use any divine power. That means healing can be accomplished by ordinary humans.
Your people possess wisdom. They will do even better.
He turns his palm over, and the angry fire materializes in his hand. Guided by his fingertips, A slim cinder golden thread is slowly drawn out from within it.
Give me your hand. This is my gift to you.
The winding golden thread extends into my palm and touches that crack.
Your gift has a name. The Principles of Medicine.
When the golden thread intersects with the crack, a brilliant radiance suddenly spreads across my vision.
Tell me, what do you see?
I see a vast expanse of flames. The people of Niava have lit bonfires.
Listen carefully. Why are your people no longer cheering?
I can't hear their voices. Beside the bonfires lie countless people with agonized faces similar to that dying child's. They're convulsing, struggling, bleeding from their bodies. Black clouds buzz and rise around them. They're pulling torches from the bonfires to chase after those black clouds. Then they set them ablaze. The crimson flames ignite the black clouds, and they soar and shriek as they rush toward my divine tower. The falling sparks transform into flames that lick the hem of my dress. I stumble backwards.
Don't be afraid. Look down at your feet.
I lower my head and see countless newborn green plants growing. They wrap themselves around the steps and cover the raging sea of fire. People harvest them, draw clean water, preserve the flames, and sterilize sharp blades with fire. They do it in the same way Zayne did.
All of this, everything you see, you can call it medicine. It's a tangible form of the principles of medicine. Knowledge meant to heal diseases and recover from plagues. From now on, your Niava will never again be driven to desperation by disease.
It's not long before an unprecedented plague arrives in Niava. I taught these principles of medicine to Saimira in the form of a divine prophecy. Soon, the suffering people lit fires, killed insects and flies, gathered unfamiliar plants they had never before recognized, and consumed their extracts. They began to ask about how the blood in their bodies flow, why their hearts are able to beat, and how their bones support them. The looming shadow of disease gradually fades from Niava. After that, Zayne gave me more gifts. Iron casting, meteorology, water management, land reclamation, calendars, mathematics. Each gift ultimately made life more vibrant through people's wisdom. The city-state grew stronger, and my Niava achieved a glorious prosperity that filled me with joy. The crack in my palm had also faded considerably. Now, it feels like that he's teaching all of this so that he can leave someday. I don't know. In the plaza before the Divine Tower, a massive statue of the goddess stands completed. The crowd bursts into enthusiastic cheers and cries of admiration.
We crafted her body from precious lapis lazuli and traced her features in gold. Please convey our most devout love to the goddess of Niava.
I have heard her response. She likes this gift.
May her majestic radiance and glory be everlasting, and may she grant Niava eternal prosperity and splendor.
Saimira and I stand amongst the elated crowd. We smile at each other.
And may this statue, like your appearance, never be touched by the erosion of time.
Hey, she knows! She knows! Saimira seems to have already guessed my identity, yet she never says it outright. I pretend to not notice her assumptions. Saimira, no one can escape time's gaze.
Then, I hope that in the days to come, your smile will remain just like it is today.
I touch my cheek beneath the veil and subtly clear my throat to suppress my smile.
So, the man who troubled the goddess gave her his heart?
Why are you always thinking about matters of love as the ruler of a nation?
Love brings happiness and fills people with longing and fascination. That's what makes our goddess shine with joy.
Under the bright, radiant sun, everyone is dancing and singing. Urtama and Ingar flow endlessly, and the bountiful harvest will fill the spacious granaries. The city walls, made of lapis lazuli and glazed stone, become more magnificent, and the poet's melodious songs travel with ships to distant lands. I gaze toward the top of the divine tower. I know Zayne is also looking at Niava. At me. Ready to wave at him, I raise my arm. A sharp pain spreads from my palm and encompasses my entire body. An ominous premonition immediately wells up in my heart. I open my slightly trembling palm. The crack that had been troubling me turned into an open wound. While cheers surged like a tide in the plaza, the Angry Spire, deep within the divine tower, emanates several streaks of light. Zayne holds a fractured protocore. The monster that had been entrenched at Urtama dropped it. At that time, he followed the Angry Spire's divine guidance and traveled to Urtama's source to destroy the magical array he had once created there. Unexpectedly, the array originally meant to separate two realms had transformed into a massive monster after accumulating energy for countless years.
If I don't destroy the remaining magical arrays, she and Niava will face an even greater disaster.
Ah, you did know. But that would be the herald of an even swifter farewell.
Why are you sad? Before everything was created, the ending had already been written. For her, its early arrival should be a better fate.
The golden Onzu softly calls out as it flies away from Zayne's finger. It once again disappears into the Angry Spire's rotating ring of light. I hurry back to the divine tower as the stinging pain in my palm announces a cruel fact. The gifts that Zayne gave me, which were actually facets of a civilization, did not change Niava's path towards destruction, but... Besides, didn't you say you wouldn't let Niava be destroyed? Can I assume that the end you see isn't necessarily set in stone?
I'll have to be more careful with my words when you're around.
Zayne wouldn't make empty promises. He gave those gifts to me because he has a plan. What do you intend to do, Zayne? My intuition tells me Zayne won't say anything, so where will I find the answer to this mystery? The golden Onzu's core passes overhead. Following its shadow, I spot the Angry Spire in the distance. If I enter the Angry Spire... The mark on my palm appeared after I accidentally entered it. If I enter it again, will I discover something new? I fail to enter the Angry Spire. An invisible barrier blocks my path, and the runes that appear on it bear the same pattern as Zayne's golden ornament. Perhaps I need to obtain the key that opens it from him first. The following evening, oh, are we going to go and seduce him or something just to be able to enter that one? What are you doing? I wrap my arms around Zayne's shoulder and see him holding a reed pen. He's drawing on a wet clay tablet. The outline looks somewhat familiar. It reminds me of the statue the humans carved for me.
I'm drawing you.
He looks at my eyes and eyebrows before carving 2 more lines.
The statue is grand and beautiful, but the face is too rigid. It's lacking a certain charm.
His gaze flits between my face and the clay tablet.
Now I can say it's 70 to 80% accurate.
It does look like me, somewhat.
Niava's denizens have never seen your real face, but someone ought to remember your appearance. However, what they should recall with even greater clarity is everything you've done for them.
That's how history works. My appearance isn't important. Humans remembering what the statue looks like is enough. Zayne smiles faintly and carefully sets the clay tablet aside.
So this will only belong to me.
I look at his chest where one pendant stands out conspicuously against the golden ornaments. It's the same as the runic pattern on that barrier of the Angry Spire. If I get it, I'll be able to enter. I feel slightly guilty, but I must know what Zayne plans to do. Otherwise, I'm afraid there will be consequences I can never undo in the future. Zayne, there's a full moon tonight. Shall we go outside to look at it?
All right.
The moonlight is hazy. Far away, the sounds of singing and dancing from the city can still be heard, but they quickly fade into the night. On the terrace of the Divine Tower, I arrange the food I brought from the market on a table and sit down next to Zayne on the rattan bed. Try some. I requested those honey sweets to be made according to your preferences.
Cinnamon, pine nuts, and cashews. Although it's delicious, it's a little bland.
That's impossible. I watched them make this myself. They added this much honey.
It's very bland.
I watch Zayne skeptically as he eats 2 more pieces with the same unfazed expression. I think for a moment before tenderly leaning in to give him a kiss. You're lying! It's so sweet! I scramble to find water, but he catches me with one arm and pulls me back.
Aren't we admiring the moon? The water is over here.
Once I drink it, he continues to hold my hand and allows me to rest against his chest as we appreciate the moon. The pendant is right before my eyes, its radiance so bright that it almost hurts to look at. A long time passes, then I take a deep breath. Oh, I can seduce him or make him intoxicated. I have a choice here. Okay, well, you know what? Go was the first option because that's what we're all after. Zayne. The moonlight is beautiful. Wouldn't it be a bit of a waste if we didn't do something? He's caught off guard, his gaze drifting to the places my clothing conceals.
Your body is...
Does it only have to be when my body is on the verge of collapse?
We're outside.
The Divine Tower in its entirety is mine, and you also belong to me. Does it matter? To keep him from finding more excuses, I put a sweet into my mouth and lean in to kiss him. The sweet easily stirs up feelings of pleasure, but when savored more carefully, it becomes far more intoxicating. In the narrow space between our mingled breaths, Zayne slightly turns his head away to avoid my eager pursuit. The kiss that misses its mark lands on the corner of his lips. It draws out deeper, lingering breaths.
Is this a gift for me, or a new punishment?
I lower my head and rest my cheek against Zayne's shoulder. My lips touch the spot where his heartbeats pulsates against his neck. With every syllable, I can feel his skin become damp beneath my breast. Do you want me to stop?
I should not, but my heart doesn't want to.
His arms that are wrapped around my waist tighten. Silent waves surge and churn in his eyes. They scatter with the fine golden flecks from the candlelight. My name, held between his teeth, melts faster than the sweet on our lips and tongues. After helping Zayne settle into a comfortable position, I carefully remove the pendant and approach the Angru spire. It operates silently. I look up at it, but I hesitate because I realize I'm about to see a truce. Perhaps I'm overthinking this. I shouldn't have deceived him. No, I must know his true purpose. Even if the consequences are terrible, I'm willing to bear them. When the pendant touches those runes, golden flames spread out from the Angru spire and envelop me. My vision blurs, my consciousness falls before the golden light, and the cracks of the world open before my eyes. Golden Anzus carrying threads in their beaks fly past me. Each flap of their wings shakes off golden dust. Those particles gather at my feet and spread out in countless endless rivers in the blink of an eye. Everything appears to be the same as last time, yet there are subtle differences. If the Angru Spire contains all the worlds in the universe, then each river leads to a different world. But I'm not sure which river I should step into. I look at the wound on my palm. I hesitate for a moment before cutting it. As fresh blood seeps out, one of the golden Anzus turns toward me. The river it guides also pauses for a few moments. It's that one. Howling winds carry an aura heavier than death itself. It pierces my body while hollow reverberations echo endlessly throughout the boundless darkness. Between jagged mountain ridges, a massive stone gate blocks the winding gravel path before me. A figure clad in grey robes materializes before me. After circling for a moment, the golden Anzu lands on his shoulder.
Deity who has trespassed into Everlost, listen to the Gatekeeper's counsel. Your footsteps can go no further.
I seek whatever lies behind the stone gate. Please don't block my path. He looks at the pendant I have, its light now dim.
You're not the first deity to set foot here, but Everlost shows no mercy to visitors.
Are you referring to the owner of this pendant?
His divine miracles once shook this realm.
Zayne has been here.
His power has grown weak, and that supreme god is about to meet his end.
Unable to tell if my thoughts were frozen from shock or from the cold, I hear my own stiff voice. What brought that god here?
Beyond the seven gates, a stone was nestled in the Netherworld's bosom, the Creatio Stone. it could create life and resurrect the dead. It rested in an eternal slumber until that god took it.
Creating life, resurrecting the dead. What did he do with the Creatio Stone? As soon as the question leaves my lips, a truth vaguely reveals itself in my heart.
Only a divine soul of a certain weight can resonate with it. Goddess, who bears the aura of the Creatio Stone, have you already forgotten the eternal realm's bone-chilling cold and darkness? That is where the dead slumber.
When those words fall, my heart stops for a moment. The code that sweeps across eons drags my soul back to blurry yet vivid bloody memories. The pain one could feel in their bones at death's doorstep, the suffocating darkness. I can't remember anything else. It's fine. There's no reason to be afraid of a death that has long since passed. I steady my breathing only to realize something. He knows how I died. That's why he resurrected me. It seems our fates were already intertwined long before our first meeting in Niava. What price did he pay? The Creatio Stone is precious. When he took it, he must have paid an equivalent price. I could almost see the heavy stone gate slowly open. That familiar figure enters without any hesitation. What did he have to pay to resurrect me? And what did he lose? The grey figure's sighs are like the murmurs in one's sleep, a lament sung for those who never return.
Goddess who has been resurrected, if you dare to endure the gaze of each stone gate and withstand the erosion of darkness, I can let you witness it with your own eyes. The past that has long been obliterated.
I'm willing. The weakened golden Onzu screeches and lunges for me. A sharp feather heads straight for my eyes. The pain is more unbearable than death itself. I dig my nails into my palms and barely manage to keep myself from closing my eyes. While I'm in a daze, that golden Onzu seemingly carries me through the mist's dark barriers. It soars to these looming layered stone gates. White bones dance wildly, rivers of blood boil, and thorns leave crisscrossed bloody marks on a body stripped of power. I see that his figure silently passes through one massive stone gate after another. Only a single golden Onzu is by his side. Warm blood splashes onto colorful flowers that rest on the countless bone fragments beneath his feet. It's quickly absorbed. Countless greedy whispers echo around his ears. They wait for the moment he falls so that they can devour him. Zayne.
You shouldn't have followed me here. My power is about to be consumed by Everlost. Leave, before you're also devoured.
Don't go any further. It's as if my spirit possessed by the bird in his throat. It's as if my spirit possesses the bird by his side. The words I speak transform into shrill bird cries. I'm unable to stop him. Zayne looks at the void. Not far off, a brilliant yet ice-cold lapis lazuli sits on one end of a scale forged in gold. It weighs the scales down, while an empty pan on the other side waits.
That's the Creatio Stone.
He steps forward, his slightly trembling fingers reverently caressing it. Once again, eerie whispers arise. The voices don't belong to a single soul, yet they're seemingly an echo of every spirit between heaven and earth.
The Creatio Stone is extraordinarily heavy. Look, That god no longer has any bargaining chips left.
His glory and authority have been stripped away by the Seven Gates, and his divine power was spilled along the path he took to get here.
Give up! Give up already! Let us consume the remains of your flesh and blood!
His remaining power coalesces in his hand. He places this faint glimmer on the other side of the scale, yet the beam doesn't budge.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Nothing is more precious than the Creatio Stone.
In his palm, a mass of fresh blood swirls like crimson mist to become another weight on the scale. The golden beam tilts ever so slightly before returning to its original position. That's enough, Zayne. My words can only become the Onzu's mournful cries. Then his hand moves to his heart. Radiant light illuminates the vast netherworld. When the heaviest object from his body falls upon the pan, the balance tilts.
I shall exchange this for the Creatio Stone. I will give her a new life and a place to rest.
The translucent gem falls into Zayne's hands as he struggles to take out another equally brilliant crystal formed from fresh blood. The crystal slowly melts into warm divine blood and drips onto the gem whose color is like lapis lazuli. A long time passes, and the first heartbeat emerges.
Death shall no longer be our destiny this time.
I feel like I've spent a lifetime on the Ongu Spire. But when I return to the Divine Tower, the moon hasn't even moved westward. Carefully placing the pendant back, I can't help but gently smooth his slightly furrowed brow. He gave everything he could to secure a future where I could survive, to construct a world where I could find shelter. Now this world is in danger, and I will perish along with it. I'm certain he shall pay another devastating price to save me. I used to be sad before. It seemed like you didn't care about me and wanted to do everything that could make me angry. But now, Zayne, I regret it. Those words aren't spoken aloud. I rest my head over where his heart is. I would prefer it if you never liked me. I'll stop you this time. I will face my fate, Niava's fate, on my own. However, the Ongu Spire didn't exactly tell me what Zayne plans to do. I racked my brain for many days and secretly made preparations to the best of my ability. Although I wish Zayne was more straightforward and told me everything, he never gave me the answer I wanted to, no matter how I had tried to probe indirectly. So when Zayne suddenly invited me to go to the Vastrian, that day has arrived. A premonition of separation and indescribable melancholy welled up in my heart, but I put on a carefree smile. Alright, let's go. Having seen it countless times before, the Vastrian is the same as it's always been. Dust and sand filled the sky, and black mist enshrouds everything. Yet Zayne stands by my side and fights alongside me to eliminate monster after monster. When I asked you before, you said the Vastrian couldn't be destroyed yet. Is today that time? A monster is destroyed because of Zayne's attack, and he turns to hand me a strangely shaped crystal.
When you fought the monsters here before, they'd always come back, yes?
Correct, but they're dissipating now.
It's because their protocors have exhausted the last of their energy.
I take the crystal from Zayne's hand. He said that protocors are these monsters' hearts. Even though it looks as brilliant as a gemstone, it brings disaster.
It isn't merely a harbinger of catastrophe. Its true potential lies beyond that. But for now, Niava in its current state cannot utilize its true purpose.
Must I wait for another time? He doesn't answer me again. I take a deep breath and channel the small flame of frustration rising in my heart into my sword. I slash the next monster. The time spent in these fierce battles is fleeting yet extraordinarily long. The last monster is annihilated. In the blink of an eye, the black mist and thorns vanish. The corrupted land that once brought countless disasters to Niava is seemingly swallowed up by an invisible vortex. I should feel a sense of relief, yet the heavy feeling in my heart hasn't lessened in the slightest. The ground violently shakes, and our surroundings ripple with invisible waves. They grow larger and larger until the first crack appears at their center. What is this?
The Vestrayan has vanished. Perhaps this fissure can be considered a wound left after removing a malignant growth.
He stops before it and turns to look at me.
Let's go.
The evening breeze stirs up a gentle, harmonious rustle amongst the trees. This is the valley where we first met. But it was eroded by the Vestrayan centuries ago. It became a desert with yellow sand. Is this a dream?
No.
Zayne holds my hand as we disturb the babbling water. It's cool and I can feel every strand of water flowing through my fingers.
I remember you saying you wanted to claim me as your own when you first saw me. And you planned to take me back to the Divine Tower.
You drew your bow and knocked an arrow, and the projectile penetrated the mountain. I had never seen someone so powerful and handsome before. Of course I couldn't let you escape. Looking back now, that day was the first meeting for me. But for Zayne, it was a reunion he waited a long time for. When you saw me back then, what were you thinking?
I thought I was very fortunate. The first person I encountered in this world was you.
Was seeing a beautiful goddess fall from the sky an unforgettable experience?
That beautiful goddess was preoccupied with gawking at me. She then proceeded to slip on a stone and fall. Indeed, it was truly unforgettable.
As if we were going for an ordinary stroll, he leads me through grove after grove of trees and shadows. They sway with starlight.
We are in the depths of the Vestrayan.
If we go through here, where will we find ourselves?
Do you want to know?
I don't. I stop in my tracks and tightly grip his hand. If we reach the end of this world, he might leave me. I want to stay here. I don't want to go anymore.
Then let's stay. I also don't want to go anywhere.
The passage of time becomes insignificant. If we desire to see the sun rise in the sky, daylight descends. If one wished to see the stars, the sky would become a black expanse covered in specks of light. There are mountains and rivers, lakes and streams, green meadows, flowers, plants and trees, and even houses. This place is like a small world created by a nameless deity. It was made for me and Zayne, and we're the only two living beings here. Zayne and I have never been apart for every moment we spent in this space. Even a deity in this world unknown to anyone would willingly become an ordinary person driven by love. I'm still trying to use every possible method in our brief time to hold on to Zayne. I attempt to glean any hint or clue from his words. But he continues to look at me with his calm, gentle gaze. He doesn't say anything. This is for you. I place a clay figurine made from river mud in front of Zayne.
So that's why you were digging up mud by the river for several days.
He takes the figurine and examines it carefully.
Is this me?
It resembles you, no? This is the most handsome one among all of the clay figurines I've made.
I thought you would make a pair.
I actually did try to do that, but I kept breaking. I remember how you used to heal my wounds. You're more likely to succeed in making a pair compared to me.
Didn't you say I'm not good at creating things?
But you were still constantly trying to fix everything, whether it's me or Niava. Zayne, this world keeps improving because of the gifts you've given me. It has absorbed the nourishment from those facets of civilization.
You're the one who made it a wonderful place. This world will no longer need Zayne.
But I need you. I need Zayne. Our surroundings are quiet for a moment.
Did our time here make you happy?
If it were possible, I'd wish everything was like this for all of eternity.
If it were possible, would you be willing to stay here for all of eternity?
I nod, then I shake my head. We both have things we must do. You're going to leave. Am I mistaken?
Your Niava is akin to a plump seed that has already stored enough nutrients.
Zayne avoids my gaze as a phantasmal seed appears in his palm.
However, now is not the time to plant it. In a place that's infinitesimally far from this world, there are errors I must erase.
He closes his palm, and when he opens it again, golden light has gently enveloped the seed.
The proper soil shall only appear when those errors are gone. Only then will this seed break through the soil, sprout, and grow. The time you spend in Niava will seemingly last an eternity. You'll be happy.
Those distant grand stories leave his lips as if they were a single leaf. Oh my gosh. Those distant grand stories leave his lips as if they were a single leaf gently falling. Yet the weight they have in my heart is heavier than the mountains. So that's what you need to do. I sweep away the phantasmal seed and force my voice to remain steadfast. You'll protect Niava and me so that nothing can get through. And you'll face the dangers and death yourself. Is that it? Why would you think I could accept your sacrifice and devotion with a clear conscience?
I'm sorry. But even if it is selfish, I shall always make the same choice.
He presses down on my hand. As golden light flickers, an object emerges from beneath our overlapping palms. The Destiny Stone? Panic floods my heart. I struggle desperately to break free, but my body won't move. Zayne, if you erase your name from the Destiny Stone, you'll disappear forever and never be able to return to Niava. Familiar golden lines pours out from between our intertwined fingers, and the power within my body surges. On the black stone tablet, surrounded by golden radiance, Zayne's name is being erased bit by bit. You promised to carve your name. You were the one who wanted me to stay by your side forever. He looks at me carefully. His focused gaze makes me feel as if he wants to etch my appearance into his memories before fading away.
From now on, this world no longer needs me.
I rush back to the Divine Tower using the shortest amount of time. Unsurprisingly, the Ongru Spire has disappeared with its master. My footsteps echo through the vast hall, yet when I realize I'm the only one in this tower, an enormous emptiness engulfs me. It's like Zayne had never existed. It shouldn't be like this. It can't be like this. I catch a glimpse outside. I stop and look at it in disbelief. Scattered frost and snowfall drift down from the sky.
Your Niava doesn't have snow.
It must be Zayne. He's going to protect Niava. I must find him right now. I almost stumble as I run behind the altar and turn the mechanism hidden beneath the floor tiles. In the small room beneath the altar, the golden Onzu that once carried me through Everlost is huddled in the nest I built for it. My apologies. I kept you confined for so long. This is one of the preparations I made in advance. Once Zayne leaves, I will never be able to track him down again. I contemplate my next move. I can only rely on the Ongru Spire. The Golden Onzu can't exist without the Ongru Spire, which means it shall fly to it no matter what. And that's where Zayne is. I cradle the Golden Onzu, cut my fingertip, and let my blood drop onto its sharp beak. Take me to Zayne. Golden Onzus are born from Zayne's power. Regardless of his current location, every bird can sense his presence. The bird I brought back from Ongru Spire staggers before flapping its wings. It flies toward the depths of the tower. It seems Zayne is still in the Divine Tower. When my foot touches emptiness, the sensation of weightlessness follows. Golden Onzus weave and dance before my eyes. The sight doesn't surprise me, but there's no river paved with golden dust this time. The rapid descent doesn't cease. Golden thread from the bird's mouths crisscross, interweave, and extend into fragmented images.
My snow won't melt. Promise me you won't cry anymore. Follow the jasmine's fragrance.
These scenes, without order or casuality, spread out before me. Piece by piece, they formed the faces of me and Zayne. In the depths of my soul, a corner that has never touched has already loosened.
Now they shall never wilt, to save him from darkness, to be his sanctuary amidst rime and gale. Stay away from me again, when dawn greets the world once more.
He's immobilized by black ice crystals. He's holding an umbrella beside an ancient tree. He's in a field of white flowers. He's in an endless expanse of thorns. He's under a green aurora. He's in front of a gravestone in a cemetery. Those fragmented images flash rapidly before my eyes. Each one comes to an abrupt halt at yet another farewell. The golden Anzus, bound to these broken scenes, let out shrill cries of sorrow before fading away. My eyes burn, and the tears that scatter are swept away by the falling wind. That's us. That is our past, or perhaps the future. One end of a golden thread is suddenly placed into my hand. As if being held up by a pair of gentle hands, I slowly stop falling. Meanwhile, the golden Anzu that brought me here spreads its wings and flies towards the depths of pure white. Tightly grasping the golden thread in my hand, a brilliant magic circle slowly materializes in my periphery. He's waiting for me, dear. If everything I've seen consists of memories of what has happened and what has yet to happen between us, even if every encounter between Zayne and me is destined to be incomplete, I will always go to him. My gaze, overwhelmed by light, slowly recovers, yet I feel like a suspended wisp in this overly bright white room. Zayne is standing in front of more than 10 tablets made of materials I've never seen before. Images I don't understand flicker across from them. He's here, but he can't see me.
Aingru, perform another calculation.
I have received the command. Conducting calculation attempt number 271,828.
No way, he's such a nerd, he even has a computer in this type of age. The images on the tablets change rapidly in silence. Countless calculations flow across them.
Root Z0905 has been successfully calculated.
Beginning simulation of Route Z0905 solution.
The simulation has failed. Based on historical data and model parameters, no successful pathway exists. The optimal solution is the predetermined plan you have previously inputted. No evacuation of life forms is necessary. The 271,828th calculation has been completed. All pathways converge on the same result. The margin of error is 0.00000000001%. Should I flag the fatal flaws in this pathway?
That won't be necessary.
He lowers his gaze. His fingers trace those cold images before finally falling to the side in silence. In all the time we've spent together, I've never seen Zayne reveal a complex, indescribable expression. My heart feels as if it's being squeezed by an invisible hand. What? You're allowed to hide everything from me, but I'm not allowed to catch you off guard for once. Zayne, you're... Before I can release the rest of my frustration, I'm pulled into an embrace.
You shouldn't have come here.
Why should I listen to you? I want to counter with the fiercest tone I can muster, but the uncontrollable hitch in my voice makes my words sound unconvincing. Stroking his back, I feel his warmth. It's real and tangible. Time passes. As for the amount I don't know before those images vanish, a bell-like sound rings out. We slowly return to our senses and gradually let go of each other as if we woke up from a dream. Neither of us speaks for some time. Then my frustration gets the better of me. I can't help but give him a good poke. I told you that mouths are for explaining. I asked you so many times and gave you so many chances. I didn't give you permission to leave.
It was wrong of me to keep secrets from you. However, separation is already the best outcome for us.
Says who? I hate separation the most. Nothing about it is good. I grab Zayne's hand tightly to prevent him from trying to abandon me again. Niava is the world I'm meant to protect. No matter what happens, I should be the one standing on the front lines. Even if the only possible ending is destruction, I refuse to let you face it alone.
All right. Then stay here with me.
I breathe a sigh of relief and take in the strange, mysterious scenery. Are these the eras you mentioned? The ones that need to be erased?
It's not just these.
Zayne traces a faint pattern in the air. 2 circles, each a different color, yet partially overlapping, immediately appear.
This world exists separately from Niava, but both coexist within the same universe. The fate of destruction has already descended here. It won't be long until it has no connection to Niava.
He cuts through the boundary connecting the 2 circles. The black circle gradually disappears without a trace. Only the golden circle is left behind.
Thus, the last connection between Niava and this world will be severed like that.
If it disappears, then Niava won't be destroyed?
Something to that effect. As for where we are at the moment, you may think of this place as my divine tower.
You're not just a god in Niava, you're also a god here. The ground beneath our feet shakes without warning. Something akin to rumbling from underground echo from the outside world.
Be careful.
When Zayne pulls me to his side, the shaking stops. Is your divine tower collapsing?
Yes. This place is already in ruins. It could collapse at any moment from those kinds of tremors.
In the pause between flickering lights, Zayne pulls open an inconspicuous door and leads me through it. We hurry out of that pure white room as the sound of debris and cracking echo behind us. Before us stretches a long dark corridor, where wind whistles through fissures in the walls. Its mournful reverberations resound.
We're heading to the top floor. We need to disrupt the magical array there. Only by completing the separation of the 2 worlds can the Angru Spire reconnect with Niava.
You'll accompany me, yes? He takes my hand and begins walking through a dim corridor. Along both sides of the passageway, there are flickering lights that barely illuminate our surroundings. Everything is dilapidated and decayed as if it had suffered through chaos or an instance of ransacking in the past. I don't know what my foot touched, but the wall in front of me suddenly flashes with scenes I've never seen before.
My lord, why do you no longer show us mercy?
You have already seen us in the ruins. If even you have abandoned us, then is there anything left for us to believe in?
Are we not devout enough? Have you decided to stop answering our prayers?
Save me.
My lord, I don't want to die like this!
The sounds from the images on the wall reverberate against my eardrums. Shocked, I grab Zayne and stop in my tracks. All of those angry, desperate, anguished faces turn toward the same person. Zayne, Day.
They once claimed this world as their own.
There are more secrets hidden behind the straightforward words, and the fragmented lights cast shadows across Zayne's profile.
Do you want to continue listening to this story?
It might be a tale that will tell me what I've always wanted to know. Everything about him. If it's about you, I want to hear it.
All right.
Each display cycles through different images repeatedly. The nearest one shifts. Countless transparent tubes are arranged in neat rows through a massive room. All of them have symbols I can't understand.
In this world, humans had no names, only numbers. Those individuals pursued maximum efficiency and discarded everything they deemed useless or detrimental to their world's progress. They worshipped the principles that would make this place perfect.
The principles. You taught me that. Are they similar to the water management, land reclamation, calendars, and mathematics you taught me back in Niava?
Those who mastered the most fundamental and profound principles were called gods. In that regard, it's very much like your Niava. So, the gods used their principles to bring their world longer lifespans and endless happiness.
In the next image, healthy children grow up, and the gravely ill recover quickly. People took much longer to reach the old age and die.
Time passed, and in the eyes of humans, gods were omnipotent beings who granted every request. So eventually, they demanded eternal life.
I remember the day Zayne taught me to plant medical principles, and the small plant that died in his hands. The gods didn't respond to their request. In other words, what they wanted was something this world couldn't support yet.
Wishes went unfulfilled. Only shattered hopes and disasters arrived. To humanity, the gods became bringers of obliteration. We can't stay here any longer. We need to go, now.
He takes my hand again, but he holds it tighter this time. I watch the sun tubes in the display disappear. They are replaced by images of crystal stones one after another. Here, humans who ignored the warnings cheer for these beautiful crystals. The images on the corridor's walls continues to shift. Humans pursue principles that exceed the world's capacity to sustain it. But it's only accelerated their world's race towards irreversible destruction with greater clarity and speed. Natural disasters and human calamities played out in endless succession. With nowhere left to turn, people remembered the gods of yore. They gathered to angrily accuse these deities, mournfully pray to them, and then humbly beg for mercy. Day after day, this facility was surrounded by humans desperately hoping for salvation. When the blizzard arrived, they finally realized they could no longer receive divine protection. They turned and left, their footsteps disappearing into the apocalyptic snow that had never stopped falling since it began. Then, my face flashes briefly across the display. Even though I learned about my past fate in Everlost, seeing my face here still leaves me feeling disoriented. I don't stop to ask Zayne about it. My past deaths must be certainly a memory that Zayne never wants to revisit. Let it remain buried in this tomb. Reaching the end of the corridor, it feels as though I've finished reading the entire lifetime of this world. The door leading to the building's top floor is right in front of us. If this place was once the seat of a world's glory, then it is nothing more than a cliff overlooking ruins now. Heavy snowfall and freezing winds bite into my skin, and I finally see the scenery outside. Jagged, damaged, black ruins jut out from the ground like desperate, struggling arms. They pierce the frost and snow that blankets the earth. The world is frozen in deadly silence, and the setting sun futilely bathes everything in warm hues. Is this what happens to a world that has strayed from the natural order?
Yes. The scenery here was once beautiful as well.
But it's an inevitable outcome. When people choose to utilize truths that surpass the natural order, the outcome was already predetermined. Regardless whether it's protection or destruction, setting aside these meanings imposed upon oneself. Even gods are doing what should be done within laws and their natural order. The trembling beneath my feet continues, but in the blink of an eye, I seemingly return with Zayne to the Divine Tower. In the place we protected, the waters of 2 rivers nourish Niava's endless vitality. When the enormous sun gently sinks towards the horizon, the dry evening wind carries the sweet fragrance of dates and songs from the city gates.
I calculated every possible outcome, but it has already strayed too far down the path of an erroneous natural order.
His calm voice pulls me back to reality.
I don't have any regrets. However, within this incorrect order exists a single variable.
What would that be? Accompanied by violent trembling breaths underneath my feet. A massive magical array unlike anything I've ever seen manifest.
This is the final connection point between Niava and this world.
A massive golden Anzu struggles out from this strange magical array. Black crystals cover its body. It's not a golden Anzu. It's a monster similar to the one from the river source.
Watch out!
A massive longbow materializes in Zayne's hands, and I raise my hand to summon my weapon as well. As soon as he draws the bowstring, my black sword transforms into his arrow.
Imperfect order doesn't need to be corrected. True redemption lies in utter obliteration.
After the giant bird-like creature falls, black energy fragments drift down, reminiscent of the Calamity's ashes burying an old world. The tremors and rumbling from the world below grow stronger. They transform into ripples that destroy this facility. Zayne, is it over?
Yes.
The pungent scent of blood fills my nostrils as Zayne's blood-stained fingers appear. The Yongru spire activates in his hands as a familiar golden magic circle projects beneath our feet.
Go. This is your last chance to leave.
You're telling me to go back to Niava? Alone? Zayne, you liar. You never planned to leave with me from the start.
You are correct about one thing. I only know how to bring about ruin, so I truly am unskilled at creation. The severance is complete. This world will no longer corrupt Niava, and it won't drag it down into the abyss. After this, your Niava can peacefully wait in the universe. It shall wait for when it's ready to break through the soil and flourish.
In this moment, I think I finally understand. Zayne, I'm the variable you mentioned, yes?
To be more precise, it is my selfish desire.
If gods have selfish desires, then he must want his beloved to live.
My power has been nearly depleted. Fortunately, yes, we still have time to watch this sunset.
So that's what this world's final sunset looks like.
It's very beautiful. I should send you away from here now. Give me your hand.
Even if it costs me everything, I shall be the one to protect you this time.
You actually gave all your power to me.
Our destinies will intertwine countless times more. I wish our next encounter will find its perfect fulfillment. Will that ever come true, Zayne?
Your wish will come true. Don't leave me.
Don't cry.
Before the snow stops. I'll wait for our reunion.
As the last ray of sunlight passes over the frozen twin rivers, no one witnesses the peeling of dark blue glaze in time's winds or the crumbling of the clay tablets that's recorded a glorious past. No longer do devout worshippers chant the goddess's mighty name and glory, nor does anyone listen to the loving words the deity whispered into the hidden corners of the universe. Pure white swirls down from above the blanket every sound and breath of life in the world. What was once the goddess has fallen into a silence more enduring than death itself. Within the cold and quiet, she waits for the next reunion with her beloved. At the end of the tower's long staircase, the hungry spire erupts with brilliant radiance, and that light instantly devours the goddess's dwelling. The divine tower collapses and shall become one of the countless golden threads within the hungry spire. The lonely deity will also step into eternity and become a silent watcher once more. Before his blinding white light fills his gaze, he turns and glances upon the world. The golden Anzu spreads its wings, its brilliant golden feathers transforming in the wind and snow. They become as translucent as ice. Fractal Library? Seriously? It's an ordinary morning. Wait. Groggy, the administrator yawns, rubs his eyes and pulls open the library's weathered doors from inside. Cold wind sweeps through the gap. Caught off guard, he shivers.
It's cold.
Fixing his collar, the administrator quickly flips the clothes sign over.
Why is this here?
He picks up the old book that somehow fell to the ground, dusts off the cover, and places it back on the shelf. The sound of footsteps fades away, and the silence returns to the library. Faint morning light shines along the window frame and touches the organized bookshelves. On a book's spine, a snowflake silently melts. Wait, why did they leave us on a cliffhanger? Well, I see that's the end of Secret Chapter. Corner of Infinity ornaments pass by in countless worlds to reunite in the small realm. End born. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.